There's no delay. I'm just catching my breath before I say what I'm about to say. I'm scared of these damn Pistons. I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned. I'm scared of these damn Pistons, okay? And I've been saying it for weeks, and people have not been listening to me. The Pistons are the best team in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, I agree
not just their record, they're the team to beat. They've got athleticism. They've got shooters. They've got muscle. They've got girth. They've got height. They've got size. And they have a star in that brother Cade Cunningham. And I'm not going to steal because I'm not a thief, even though, you know, I learned successful habits. That's why I'm brilliant, because I know I'm not. I learn from those who are, and I take from them. But I don't steal, okay? So I don't want to steal the comment that I saw my man Big Perk on TV saying last week on SportsCenter when he thought most people were asleep and weren't watching him. But I was, because I'm watching my man Big Perk all the time. And I'm telling you right now, he sat up there and said, quote, the Detroit Pistons not only can win the East, they can win it all. They can win the chip. Now, we haven't seen them go against the Oklahoma City Thunder, and we haven't seen them go against the San Antonio Spurs. They're like 7-1 against the top 6 teams in the league outside of those two. And I'm telling you right now, we got to see what's going to happen when they go up against these brothers. I'm watching a team, Eminem, Big Perk, second in defensive efficiency to the Thunder, sixth in field goal percentage, second in points in the paint, third on fast break points, second in points off turnovers, third in rebounding percentage, first in block shots, league leaders in block shots, and second in defensive field goal percentage. These brothers are rough riders. They ain't scared. The mystique of the bad boys is not just something they respect and revere. It is something that they are trying to emulate. They are not apologetic about it. And here's where they scare me. They don't just want to win. They want the Knicks. They want the team that bounced them out last year. They want my team, okay?
Got Stephen A.Smith saying that the New York Knicks, he's scared of the Detroit Pistons as a Knicks fan. Shout out to Detroit, 44 degrees on Tuesday. Loving it. 44 feel like 75 in Honolulu, Hawaii right now. But apparently the Knicks fans are saying like, well, we don't care about the regular season, wait to the playoffs, and you know, we're not scared of Detroit like Stephen A. Smith, and that's cool. That's cool. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe. I don't have no issues with the Knicks. I like them. I've been to the Garden. I like the nostalgia of them playing with the Oregon playing in the 90s, the battles with the Heats, the Pacers, the Bulls. You know, even though they was trying to be like the 80s Pistons with Mike and rough them up, but you know, they just didn't have the Bulls to do it. You know, the horses. You know what I mean? But if y'all catch that, 2 puns intended. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, for a fan base who ain't won nothing since 1973, shout out to Phil Jackson. He was hooping on the team when that happened. They showed talk a lot of shit. You know, I thought it was very tasteless what they did to that Pacers fan. And that's why they lost that series last year. And they thought they had a clear path to the finals this year. Jason Tatum going down, Halliburton going down, you know, Trae Young and the Hawks, you know, who was giving them some problems, you know, kind of they peaked early and fell off, you know, Joel injured, Paul George got going on. First he knocking up a stripper, trying to see if the baby his, married a stripper, and now he getting caught pushing P. I don't know what my boy PG doing. PG rated R now, rated mature. But, you know, it looked clear, you know. But now you kind of starting to see Charles Lee vision in Charlotte with the Hornets. Give me 1 second. Now you starting to see his vision with the Hornets. Now you starting to see Toronto. Shout out to Brandon Ingram. I'm so happy for Brandon Ingram, man. He seemed like a really good dude. I'm happy he balling. And maybe that's what Zion needed to get up out of New Orleans. It was Zion. Side note, let me cut myself off. It's like, the New Orleans Pelicans want to hold on to him. When they going to move on? You know what I'm saying? When they going to move on? Like, that's what I don't understand, bro. Like, Brandon Ingram left. He flourished. Why don't you let this man leave? Like, that's my thing. But let me keep going. But yeah, it looked open. They seem to have Boston number without Tatum. Uh, you know, they seem to have a number. They match up well with them, but they don't match up well with us. Now, does it scare me? They got Vujovic a little bit. Yeah, Boston. And they just keep making good moves. Good organization. You know, people forget the laughs they had from the Bird, the 80s Bird and McHale and Parrish to the 90s. But that was because of that brother died. Was it Reggie Lewis from Baltimore? He played with Muggsy and them. I think he passed away. And then they had the limb bias issue. So they had two brothers pass away. They both were tremendous ball players. So, you know, rest in power to those brothers, man. But the Knicks thought they was going to walk through, and the Pistons came out of nowhere. You know, they probably like the matchup with the Cavs. They love that matchup with the Cavs. And, you know, like I said before, they probably was like, okay, Orlando, he's coming. You know, they just thought they was just going to wash right. It is never that easy. You know what I'm saying? It's never that easy. Orlando, they haven't risen the way I like them to rise because of some injuries. But I like Orlando a lot. Atlanta, it's going to happen. I like what Charlotte going at with it, even after the brawl. I like they rising. I wanted Charles Lee to get the job here, but we know they gave it to Monty. But the Knicks fans, they talk so much shit. Not to done shit in several decades. Oh, we ain't scared. You know, this ain't playoff basketball, and this ain't this. And but had they beat us by 30 or 40 points every game, regardless who was injured or healthy, you know what they would be saying. Oh, you know, we beat y'all. This is what we gonna do to y'all in the playoffs. Y'all can't fuck with us and woo woo woo. When they was beating us 20 straight games, whatever it was, you know, that shit changed. That shit matter. Sometimes you gotta mush a nigga in the face like Jalen Dern and let him know, like, bro, we not here to play. And for real, I expect the Pistons to amp it up come playoff time. And they felt like they should have won that series last year without, you know, Ivy, you know, he gone, without Stewart. But at the end of the day, this is why you want to bank as many games on the front end of the season so you can really, you know, really get healthy towards the back end of the season. And, you know, most of the Knicks feel, oh, we just want to be healthy going into the playoffs and we just want to be healthy and not play as many. You think y'all going to be able to hit that switch? Y'all ain't that good to hit that. Y'all haven't won to hit this. Thunder can hit the switch. You feel me? LeBron and them, they accomplish a little if they can hit the switch. Boston can hit a switch. The Knicks and the Pistons can't afford to hit a switch. You know, we gonna hit a switch and we gonna this and okay. This is meaningless and this doesn't mean okay, cool. Cool. Home court advantage don't matter. So whatever the games between us, 5 or 6, really is. I think we only played them 3 times this year, so we already got the tiebreaker. So it's really an 8-game split. If we got a 5, 6 games, really 8. You know, so but it's we not worried and this, that, cool, okay. Y'all had an 8-game streak, got smacked. I don't really understand it. Like, just being nonchalant, we gonna turn it on, we ready to, okay, cool. We'll see. But the East, it ain't no guarantee. You know, we think it's a guarantee that the Pistons and the Knicks gonna be there. Ain't no fucking guarantee. Boston's a good team. Charlotte's a good team. Orlando, if they get healthy, they're a good team. Toronto, a good team. Cleveland, they're a good team. I like they back. They front line with Mobley and Jared Allen. Donovan Mitchell is an amazing ball player. Not a great team player, but he's a good ball player. He's tough in any series. But yeah, you know, the Knicks fans are kind of like brushing it off, being nonchalant, but y'all haven't done anything to even feel like y'all the kings of the fucking Eastern Conference. On paper, y'all supposed to be the kings. But on paper last year, most people thought y'all was going to win. So it's going to be an interesting series. Obviously, the Pistons need some tweaks to go right. They need Karis LeVert to start really starting to hit that rhythm. We need him to hit the rhythm. And I think maybe just, you know, at this point, putting him in the starting lineup might be what's best. I think that's an adjustment that putting him in the starting lineup might need to happen. You know, we tried him off the bench. Let's put him in the starting lineup. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, the Knicks is formidable opponents, and you know, the Knicks in the finals is always good for TV ratings. So to keep it real, but the Pistons are starting to become, they starting to single-handedly say the NBA, to keep it real. The Pistons and Anthony Edwards and Wemby and them in the Spurs, they single-handedly saving the NBA. And the Knicks being back. The Knicks being back, the Pistons, the Spurs, and Minnesota, Anthony Edwards and them, they bringing the NBA back. They bringing this shit back. It'd have been nice if Dallas stayed together and got healthy. It'd be even stronger, but we'll see what it is, man. Hit the link in the description. The first link, the link tree. Find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, the whole 9 piece.